Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today, we're back on things we shouldn't be using. The suit we're on today is the slowest support type in the game, the Juaggu. But this Juaggu is no normal Juaggu. This is the 500 cost level 4 Juaggu. Usually this is a terrible idea. High level suits suffer from worse weapons, mobility, and lack of skills. But on the Juaggu, we don't actually suffer from any of that. Not like we're any better than standing still in the first place. Rocket Launcher Full Burst! The main weapon on the Juaggu is the extremely satisfying triple rocket launcher, firing an intimidating volley of 12 rockets if you empty the entire mag. While they don't straight off evaporate opponents, a full hit can still do a tremendous amount of damage, and with 25% stagger each, there's no way it can't stop maneuver armor. With a reload time of 8 seconds, it doesn't take long before you can fire a full burst once again either. Tackle on the Lotto so our Psycho Zaku can do his best, split seconds and the Lotto is down. While the rocket launchers are strong, they have to be fired standing still. Slight downside, but with the skill precision shelling on the suit, that just means we should crouch every time we fire a burst to add 5% extra damage for free. Doesn't take much guessing to know what the Proto Startjäger would do next. He has to stand still to fire those missiles, so take our rocket launcher Full Burst. One more teammate hit and that's an assist for us. Other than the rocket launchers, there's only one more weapon on the Juaggu, and that's the 4 mega particle cannons on its chest. On paper, just the weapon you use to fill in the 8-second reload time of the rocket launcher, but it can do way more than just that. As I've said, overleveled suits usually suffer from underwhelming weapon characteristics, but not the Juaggu. While the rocket launcher can handle any level of damage control with the 300% stagger accumulation, the mega particle cannons can provide up to 2 instant staggers if you overheat them. With a range of 300 meters, it's the optimal range you want to fight in. But the best part? It fires on thrusters. As the Juaggu is almost stationary without thrusters, this characteristic of the mega particle cannons is extremely valuable on this suit. Perfect for both offense and self-defense, this combination of weapons makes the Juaggu perfectly viable as a support type even at 500 costs. And I love how it looks. First to respawn, but in a situation not as ideal as I expected on the respawn screen. Thankfully we're on no normal support type. This is after all a level 4 overtuned machine. The overtune custom part of choice this time is Heavy Armor, a custom part that gives 1 damage resistance of all types and 3 extra per level. On our level 4 Juaggu, that's a total of 30 damage resistance in 1 custom part. That is stacked upon the already extremely high defense that is worth 100 cost higher, and a special head buffer that further reduces damage taken by another 15%. Unsurprisingly effective given the size of the head. As a result, this suit can take a lot of beating even against raid types as long as it's not a permanent stun loop. Thanks to the poor coordination of the enemy team, we were given an opening to take down the raid type, but with the beam cannon already overheated, we are truly out of options this time. Second to respawn, and let's talk about moving around on the Juaggu. Just because you're the second slowest suit in the game doesn't mean you can just stand still. In order to keep the enemy at the ideal 300 meter range, you have to keep moving. On the Juaggu you have 150 thruster speed. While below the 500 cost average, it is more than enough to reposition yourself. The result is a very distinctive hopping pattern. Crouch for a full rocket launcher burst, a step of thrusters while using the mega particle cannons, wait for the rockets to reload, and then another crouched full burst before the cycle repeats again. A very simple but effective pattern that maximizes the strength of this suit. Now all you have to do is to hit your shots. Quite a few rockets gets absorbed by the building on the left, but still gets enough hits to stagger the opponent. Move up with the beam cannon, unfortunately hits the enemy on a counter, so that's a miss. A full 4-hit would have been a lot of damage. Suddenly we became the front line. A death sentence for any normal support type, but this is the overtuned Juaggu. A few hits to the head doesn't hurt much, and then a full volley down the alley. With nowhere to run, the TL5 takes all the shots and gets knocked straight down from transformation. Lotto comes charging in, a lot of hits on us, but with 41 ballistic defense, we're still fine. Beam shot on the chop ham to make our teammates work easier, and then rockets on the TL5 only to be interrupted by the Lotto again. Give him 5 more rockets in the face, tank even more shots from the TL5 before surprising him with a stagger on thrusters. Only after all of that we go down. That's how tanky the Juaggu is for you. Final minute, and our team manages to get a 50 score lead. No doubt the enemy would put up a fight for that, and they start with a supporting fire. That is a problem, because we aren't walking away with that. Thankfully, it's just some minor damage, and after a bit of struggle, we get on the extremely strong high ground position. With us holding this position, the enemy will have a very hard time breaking through, and all we have to do is to not go down ourselves. Enemy spawns, we spray our rockets to stagger as much as possible, and then comes a volley of anti-ship missiles. Enough to evaporate the Barzam next to us, but not even half our health. That's the Juaggu for you. Quad beam cannon on the Nemo and then overheat it immediately on the Proto Starkrieger. Down attack with our rocket arms and then a final rocket launcher full burst. That was the extremely tough overtuned Juaggu. With good weapons even in 500 cost standards and over-the-top defense, this cute support type can put up a fight right at the front, taking damage for the team while bringing in the staggers. Bit of practice needed to get over the lack of mobility with good use of the thrusters, but this suit is perfect for when you're tired of squishy support types. That's it from me today, latest.